Now, in this video, guys, we'll be talking about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, when it comes to Tampa Bay Buccaneers, after drafting the wide receiver out of Ohio State, I'm not even going to try and pronounce his name. Tampa Bay is looking to have a very good season with a reinvigorated offense with Bucky Irving as a running back. They still got Mike Evans there, Chris Godwin, Baker Mayfield. That defense still good. Antoine Winfield Jr., Vita Vea. It's going to be a very good, interesting season. So this is why I decided to continue on with my NFL predictions, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to be the third team after I've already done Atlanta and New Orleans. The only team I've left to do after this is going to be the Carolina Panthers. Without further ado, the first 6 games of the season for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is going to be Atlanta away, Houston away, New York Jets at home, Philadelphia at home, Seattle away, and then the 49ers at home. And I can't lie to you guys, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have a very good chance at winning most of these games. I've already explained that in the Falcons predictions video that the Falcons were going to be winning the home game and losing the away game. So the first game of the season for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is going to be a loss. The second game is going to be against Houston at Houston. And with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense just really, really good, and compared to the Houston offensive line, which is just getting reshuffled after losing their starting left tackle and Laramie Tunsil to the Washington Commanders, I'm going to say that the Houston Texans are going to lose this game. Tampa Bay picks up the win in the second game of the season before picking up another win against the New York Jets at home. And this is just due down to the Jets having a whole new quarterback there. Justin Fields is going to take some time, that he's going to need to be prepared and get well invigorated in the system. And considering they have a first-year head coach, I just don't see the New York Jets getting off to a hard start. And so the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to win 2 out of their first 3 games of the season. The next 3 games, Philadelphia, Seattle, and 49ers. Philadelphia, I just don't see the Super Bowl champions playing against Tampa Bay and Tampa Bay and losing. So Philadelphia is going to win this game. Tampa Bay loses this game. And then we have Seattle away and then 49ers at home. The Seattle game is going to be very interesting because I consider that Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold were close on the level of being busts. But Sam Darnold had a very good year, and Baker Mayfield's had a very good year past 2 years in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers system. So maybe it's just a system that these quarterbacks just need to be in. I mean, considering that Baker Mayfield was almost considered a bust when he was in Cleveland, and now he's in Tampa Bay, and we've seen how he's performed. Yeah, maybe it's just a system. But against Seattle, I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to be able to win. And then coming back home to play the 49ers, I believe the 49ers are just going to be a very better coached team than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, so the 49ers win and Tampa Bay Buccaneers lose. Then we have 2 games before Tampa Bay Buccaneers get the bye that they really need. And they're going to be playing Detroit in Detroit and then New Orleans in New Orleans. So 2 away games before the bye. Detroit, I expected Detroit to make it a lot farther than they did. Well, I expected Detroit to make it a lot farther than they originally did. And Detroit didn't make it that far, so my expectations didn't really happen. But with Detroit having so many injuries last season, I just believe that with their best pass rusher and Aiden Hutchinson coming back off an injury, that's going to be one of the biggest things for the Detroit Lions. And considering I don't really know how well this offensive line is going to do against a Detroit defense like that, and Detroit has a high-powered offense, I'm expecting this Detroit game against Tampa Bay to be a shootout. I'm expecting both of these teams to concede more than 30 points each. I really should expect that for this game. But in the end, I'm going to have the Detroit Lions beating the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at home in Detroit. Then their final game before the bye is going to be against a division rival, New Orleans Saints, in New Orleans. Even though I say the Saints are going to be the worst team in the NFC South, they're going to head to New Orleans and they're going to beat New Orleans in New Orleans. Tampa Bay wins coming into the bye. Heading off the bye, they're going to be playing the New England Patriots. Mike Vrabel, Drake May, Stephon Diggs, and Ramir Stevenson at running back? Yeah, this is a no question. Buccaneers are going to come back and pick off the win and beat the New England Patriots at home before playing their division rival, New England Patriots' division rival, Buffalo Bills, and the Buffalo Bills are going to give Tampa Bay another loss before Tampa Bay picks up another loss the next week after, playing in the Rams in LA. They're going to lose before picking up a win against the Arizona Cardinals. And this Cardinals game is going to be a wild card for me because I do not know how well Kyler Murray is going to do this season. He could go out and perform and be a Super Bowl contender, or he can play like an absolute bust and the Arizona Cardinals could be in the running for Arch Manning next season. It really just going to be, it's just not going to be able to tell how well Kyler Murray's going to be able to do This instance, I have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers beating the Arizona Cardinals. And then we have a couple games left. We have 5 games remaining. And in these 5 games, they're going to be playing the division teams 3 times. So 3 division games out of your final 5 games. That's going to be a tough last 5 schedule for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're going to play New Orleans. And they're going to lose against New Orleans at home. One reason why. I believe that Tampa Bay is going to come off the momentum of heading into the bye after beating New Orleans in New Orleans, and they're going to play kind of light and just expect them to be able to win the rest of the division. Considering they got to play the Panthers, they got to play the Falcons again. They still they play in New Orleans right now. They're going to be high off momentum, and New Orleans is going to come in there, shock the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and pick up the win. Then we have the next home game for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers against the Atlanta Falcons. And like I said in the previous Falcons video that I talked about when it comes to their season predictions, I had the Falcons winning their home game against Tampa Bay and then losing the away game. So Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to be able to win this game, and then at least 3 games left. 2 against Carolina, 1 against Miami. And Tampa Bay is going to lose one of these games against Carolina. I can tell you that. I just don't know which one's going to be able to tell. In this instance, I have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers losing away in Carolina before picking up the last 2 games as a win to ending off the season, finishing 2nd in the NFC South. Yes, you heard me right. The Falcons, I have winning the division at 10-7. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to be finishing with a record of 9-8, finishing 2nd, which means those 2 losses against New Orleans and Carolina are going to be an important factor if my prediction goes right on the money for Tampa Bay possibly winning the division and making the playoffs. And considering that Tampa Bay is projected to win 9.7 games, based off of what I read off the NFL website, that is kind of right on the money. For Tampa Bay to be projected to win 9.7 games, for me to predict them to be 9-8, I'll take that. I had the Falcons projected to finish 10-7. The Falcons are projected to win 7.9 games. Clearly, the NFL doesn't believe in Michael Penix Jr. But in terms of this, that means Tampa Bay be finishing 2nd in their division, Atlanta's winning, and the New Orleans Saints I already had finishing bottom at 4-12. And considering that New Orleans is actually projected to win 5.3 games, that leaves 1 team left, the Carolina Panthers. And I want to give you a little clue to what the Carolina Panthers prediction is going to be. Carolina Panthers are expected to win 7 games. 7 games. That's all I'm going to leave it. See you guys in the next video. Peace.